So hello everyone. Here is my project named Weather Login. So basically, this is the task 4, which was develop a Mon stack application on Weather API. So in the beginning, I look for some Weather APIs that I can use. You can see here's my searches. So at the beginning, I use Open Weather Map, then use Weather API, and then I got back to OpenMeteor.com. Why didn't I use these two? Well, because these two have some limitations to them. Also, I don't want that this application gets dies down in the coming future within a month or two because of a subscription plan. So that's why I switched to OpenMeteor, which provided me with free endpoints for current daily and hourly weather. Yeah. In the problem statement itself, there is a mention that we also want to know the weather of any particular place. So for that, I use the geocoding API within this API set. Yeah, at the backend, I yeah, you can see that there's only two folders at the backend. I use Express, and yeah, I kept it like how a production level code goes. Each folder has a specific a specific each folder has a specific file. Like routes have only routes, and here are different routes, and controllers have different controllers. As it's a dashboard, so it requires some login credentials, uh, and for that I use this controller. I basically wrote this. I added few more functions to this other than just register and login, so that in the coming future we can use them. Uh, weather for the weather controller, I use Axios at the backend. I also use Axios at the front end, but here at the backend, I wanted to make sure that all the code that's coming to the front end is in a precise manner. There is no randomness. So there's a particular format with which the data goes to the front end. So let's say I go to current weather, right? Okay. So yeah. Uh, you can see there is a certain format, the status code, message, success, and then you have the data, the whole of data. So this same format is used everywhere. The same format, even within the login credentials. If I just sign in, you'll see that the of course the backend is not running right now, so it won't work. But the same format will be followed here also. So that's why I use Axios as the backend. I could have used that as a front end, but the formatting would have been very random. So yeah, that is the kind of production level code that I write. And in the front end, I use White React. That basically I'm using the browser routers and then the providers because I'm using context for the error and for everything else like location. And then we have components, the card components, error model. So I have made sure that within the whole app, whenever there is an error, a whole model comes up to tell us that there is an error. I'll just show it in the demo itself. Here's an app bar. You'll see this code when I'll show the demo. But basically, it's the front end part is very simple. If I just so I have deployed the backend and the front end already. So I'll just run them. For now, I'll also the new user can register, but for as I have already registered, so my credentials are there. For showing you the error model, I'll just write the wrong password, and you can see what the error model looks like. So I'm writing the wrong password. So see, you can see request failed with status code 500. So here's the error. Of course, the error message is dynamic. Whatever message comes from the backend will be shown here. So if I click close and then reload the application and then try it again. So yeah, I'm writing the right password, so it will take a moment to log in. So yeah, you can see. Okay, there's still some error. We can try it again. We can try again. Okay, you can see everything's working. It might take a time because it's on the production level, and I'm using a free version, so it will take some time. So at the beginning, as soon as the dashboard opens, so you will see the all the data about whatever location you are in. I have set the location cookies to allowed, so it's showing me whatever the data is on my longitude and latitude. This basically this API work on latitude and longitude. So yeah, you can see the temperature and apparent temperatures for the whole week, and for today you can see on a different time duration. Everything works on the GMT time zone, so yeah, it is not specific to any particular country. It works on the GMT. Of course, you have an option to search for the places. Like if I search for Pune and press enter, it will show me four of the options. So as like Pune, India, and you can see the data has changed. So this is what goes on. If I go for week, it will reset. So basically, I'm using a use effect. I'll show you what is happening. Mm, So yeah, basically, I'm using a use effect here that changes on location whenever the location changes or whenever the today variable changes. The location is basically your latitude and longitude, which changes as soon as you change your place, and then it calls for different APIs endpoints. That's basically it. You can go again and search for any other place. Search for Mumbai, and here the data has changed for them. I will sure that if there is any rain, sure otherwise for today, you can see. Of course, I'm using all these icons are basically the weather WMO code images. So I use a particular data set from the WMO code, uh, which is basically there is an WMO code index like for Mumbai it is 80. So it will look in that data set and check what image is there for the 80 WMO code, and it will show it as an icon. So this makes it very generic and easy to use, so that the user won't have to think twice about what's actually happening. That's it. You can just log out from here. That's basically it. It's a simple Monstack app that's that's on the production of Vercel. So yeah, thank you.